you're a failure. But what's up, my peeps? Good day to you. Today I want to talk about failure, or being a failure, or failing at something. And I want people to understand that there is a difference between failing and quitting. Now, I've failed at a million things, and I'll continue to fail at a million more. But just because you don't succeed the first time, or even 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 times, doesn't mean that you'll never succeed. It just means that in the current state, you're not successful. And yes, you are a failure currently. But let me tell you something. As long as you don't quit, being a failure is okay. You see, the only true time that you're a failure is when you quit. You may fail at your first attempt. You may fail every attempt until you succeed. But once you succeed, that means you're no longer a failure. Now, it's easy to say, don't quit. It's a lot harder when you try and are not successful. Now, take photography, for instance. I have been shooting for about 30 years. And I try to capture as many different things as possible. Now, when I do something like take my Fuji X100 series camera out, most of the time I fail. It's pretty frustrating, but I'm not quitting. I won't quit. Now, little story. I'm at the Jacksonville Zoo here in Florida, and I have my Canon R5 with my 200 to 800 millimeter lens. This setup is extraordinary for getting wildlife, especially when it's in a zoo or captive area. Now, unfortunately, yesterday I came here to see 3 baby tigers. They're about 5 months old, and this is where they start really getting playful, joyful, having a good time. But you see, that camera lens setup also gets a lot of attention. And because of my faults, I forgot to look at my settings. I got people asking me all kinds of questions and talking to me while the tigers were getting lots of playtime in. Now, I didn't notice my settings. I thought, all right, I got all these. I failed at getting what I set out to get because, well, I didn't follow my own rules of making sure that I know my camera and that my settings are done right. So here I am, back at the zoo today, and unfortunately, the tigers are sleeping right now. So again today, I'm going to fail until I succeed. Now, I really want to be very specific with you guys. You're never truly a failure. You're only failing to succeed in that moment. Once you succeed at getting your goal done, you're no longer a failure. You may continue to fail, but as long as you don't quit, you're not a failure. That's a tough pill to swallow sometimes. Sometimes it's very frustrating when you plan something, you try to execute that, and you fail. Like I said, I've been shooting for about 30 years, and every time I try to do something, I usually fail at first. But as long as you have the no quit attitude, you will not be a failure. I can't emphasize this enough. As long as you don't quit, you're not a failure. You're just failing currently. So the Jacksonville Zoo is a beautiful, beautiful place. And this right here, this is a bamboo forest. I'm going to get some B-roll of the tigers playing, hopefully. And I'm going to shoot a lot of other things while I'm here. But I will fail. It's the nature of the beast. I got here early this morning and the tigers are sleeping. That's beyond your control. Did I fail? Yes. Am I giving up? No. So I'm sitting here pondering exactly how I'm going to execute the day without being a failure. And as I film, numerous people keep walking by and interrupting me. And I know it's very curious. What is this middle-aged man doing sitting in the middle of this secluded area with some camera gear and talking into a camera? That just leads me to the issues that we have to deal with. As long as you don't quit, you will succeed. It's just going to take a little longer. I have tried to be successful at everything that I do, but leading up to success, I find myself failing time and time again. And most of the time, it's not your fault. Most of the time when you fail, it's due to outside interference or lack of planning. Now, today I planned to get things done very, very seamlessly, and that plan has not worked out. And that's okay. It's okay to fail. I can't emphasize this enough, because that's what this video is about. It's about failing, but failing to succeed. Now, I don't mean failing to succeed like I fail to succeed. As people walk by and are curious to what I'm doing, it'd be so easy for me to grab my stuff and get up and go. But I can't do that. So back to what I was saying. If every time you pick up your camera and you click that button and you get a picture every time that is exactly what you're looking for, this video is not for you. If you take this camera out and say you snap 100 shots and you only get one, you failed 99 times, but you didn't quit. You got to remember that failing is okay as long as you don't quit and eventually you succeed. I'm going to succeed in getting a sunburn and succeed in getting frustrated because I get interrupted over and over and over again. And that's what happened to me yesterday, and that's why I didn't succeed in getting the tigers that I tried to get. I went to edit those pictures. No. Sure, I got a couple okay shots, but not those bangers, those keepers, the ones that you want to put your portfolio. As long as I persevere, I won't fail permanently, and I will be successful. Remember, some of the most successful people on the planet failed over and over and over again. I'm sure photographers like Ansel Adams went to the same spot over and over again, not because they loved that spot so much that they wanted to capture the same picture over and over again, but because they didn't get the picture that they wanted, so they went back over and over again. Now, we just see the successes. We look at those pictures of Yosemite and we're like, oh my God, I wish I could get a picture like that. Well, you can, but maybe not the first time. And that's okay. Listen, some of the best of the best of the best know and understand that you need to put time in. You need to not put the cart before the horse. What if when you picked up your camera and you went out to shoot, everything was $1 million picture? You'd probably get bored with it really quick. There's no challenge. There's no effort put in, so you get no satisfaction. And guess what? You will quit. Now, if you're instantly good at something, which a lot of people assume when they look at my pictures or possibly your pictures, that, oh, you got some God-gifted talent, because they don't ever see the hours that you put in and the time that you've spent honing your craft. They don't understand that you failed time and time again. But when you upload your picture to Instagram or to your portfolio, your website, or just show the people around you, they see the success. That success came with a lot of failures, but you didn't quit. So you're not a failure. You just failed in the moment. Now let's talk about failure with your gear. Now, if you don't plan correctly, and let's say today you go to the zoo and you think you're going to get some really good telephoto, close-up, detailed shots with a camera like this, or your iPhone, or something with a small sensor and a small lens, you're not going to get it. You're going to fail. You may get some stuff that will pass to show your friends and family, look what I saw today, but you're not going to get print-worthy, nice images. Now, in turn, you come to the same spot with this gear, large telephoto lens, full frame camera, and all the goodies. You still will fail. A little. And I say that because if you don't pay attention to your settings on your camera, you may think that you're getting everything. And when you go back to your editing, you'll notice you've got camera blur, misfocus, under or overexposed, and so on, etc. And that's a failure to plan. You didn't get everything set up, get your settings correct, so on, etc. So you failed. That's what happened to me yesterday. I came here, I had so many people talking to me. I failed to pay attention to my shutter speed. What a disappointment it was when I got back to the house, loaded all the pictures onto my computer, and out of the 100 pictures, maybe one was usable, and it wasn't that great anyway. Now, I'm sure I'm being very hard on myself. I'm sure there is more than one picture that to most would be very usable. But when you spend as much money on this gear and you fail to have your settings correctly, it's a huge disappointment. Was it the end of the world? Absolutely not. Today is a perfect day. It's going to be a day for success. And the reason why is because of all the failures that I'm having. That failure gives me that drive to persevere, to carry on. And I hope that it'll do the same for you. Because if you give up now, you're a failure. But if you don't give up, you'll soon succeed. After yesterday, it would have been very easy for me to just not go back right away. And I almost did just that. But I'm not a failure. I just failed to succeed yesterday. And I'm failing so far today. But by the end of this video, I will succeed. All right, guys, if this inspires you at all, please like and subscribe to my channel. As long as I keep trying, I will succeed. I hope that you won't let your failures or those times that you failed make you be a quitter. It's okay to fail, but if you quit, you'll never know what success is. Success is the end result of tons and tons of failure. If you never fail and you tend to succeed at everything, you're either really lucky or you're not actually succeeding. Keep on failing, my friends, but don't quit. All right, guys. Peace.